Hey, Miss Robertson again. This is your video over lesson 3.2. Okay, again, notice you have a graded assignment on the back side. This one you're actually going to put in Schoology. Okay, answers go in Schoology. And there will be a link there where you're going to go in and you're going to upload what your answers are. Okay, but before we get to that, let's do some notes and some more information over this. Okay, so the first question says, what is the name of the top number of a fraction that tells how many parts of a whole are being considered? Okay, our key is top number of a fraction. That is your numerator. Numerator. Okay, so then number 2 says, what is the name of the bottom number in a fraction that tells you how many equal parts are in the whole? Okay, so your key is bottom number of the fraction, which is denominator. Hopefully y'all remember those. We say them all the time in class. Let me zoom out a little bit more. It looks a little bit fuzzy. Okay, let's see if that works a little bit better. Okay, so remember, in order to multiply fractions, first we want to look diagonally, and we want to see if there's a number that goes into both of those numbers evenly, so that we can simplify before we work it out. But there is no number that goes into both 2 and 5. There's no number that goes into both 2 and 8, or 1 and 8. So all we have to do, remember, we multiply numerators, multiply denominators, and then simplify. So 1 times 5 is 5. 2 times 8 is 16, and we are done. Okay, so again, let's work it out. 1 times 5 for our numerators, 2 times 8 for our denominator. 1 times 5 is 5, 2 times 8 is 16. Okay, so let's do the same thing here, and let's make sure that we look to see if there's anything that we can cancel out. Okay, so when we look at the 5s that are diagonal, we do see that something goes into both of those. Okay, 5 goes into 5 and 5, obviously. 5 goes into 5 one time. 5 goes into 5 one time. So those are simplified already. So now, do we have a number that goes into both 3 and 9? Yes, we do. 3 goes into both. So 3 goes into 3 one time. 3 goes into 9 3 times. Now we can work it out without having the numbers be so big. So for our numerators, we have 1 times 1. For our denominator, we have 1 times 3. Well, 1 times 1 is 1. 1 times 3 is 3. There's your final answer. Okay, now your ones on the back, notice they look almost exactly the same. Okay, so make sure you try to cancel diagonally before you work it out. It makes it a lot easier. The numbers aren't as tough to deal with. Okay, so now if we're looking for 1/4 of 12, remember, in order to multiply fractions, we need to make that whole number a fraction. Okay, so in order to make a whole number a fraction, we put it over 1. So this is saying 1/4 times 12 over 1. Okay, so now, again, look diagonally, try to do that cross canceling. The only thing that goes into 1 and 1 is 1. Okay, and then 4 will go into both 4 and 12. 4 goes into 4 one time. 4 goes into 12 3 times. Okay, so now we can just multiply across. 1 times 3 is 3. 1 times 1 is 1. Now this is still not finished. We're not done with this one, because what is 3 divided by 1? Remember, this is just a division problem. 3 divided by 1 is 3. That, excuse me, is your final answer. Okay, so right now, if you're still following along and listening, I want you to draw me a little puffy rain cloud up next to where it says notes, up here on the top of the paper. I want you to draw me a little puffy rain cloud with some rain coming out of it, so I can make sure that you're following along and doing what you're supposed to do. So make sure you pause the video and draw your little rain cloud right now. Don't tell your neighbors, because I need to know who's not doing their work and who's not listening. Okay, so again, on number 6, we've got to make sure that we're putting our whole number over 1. So we have 3/5 Of means to multiply, that's a key word, and then 40 over 1. Okay, so if we look diagonally, the only thing that goes into 3 and 1 is 3, so we're good there. And then look this other way. Is there anything that goes into both 5 and 40? Yes, there is. It's 5. Okay, 5 goes into 5 one time. 5 goes into 40 8 times. Now we just multiply across. Okay, 3 times 8 is 24. 1 times 1 is 1. So 24 over 1 is your answer. All right, we're getting closer, guys. We're almost done. Okay, so on number 7, we're doing the same thing, which is just like 5, 6, 7, and 8 on the back. That's why we're doing so many of these. You've got to know how to do these. This is a skill you absolutely need. Okay, so you have a whole number. Let's put it over 1. Now we need to multiply. We have 2/3 times 24 over 1. So now let's simplify so we can multiply across, make it easy. The only thing that can go into 2 and 1 is 1, excuse me. So that doesn't do us any good. Now we need to look at 3 and 24. 3 goes into both. 3 goes into 3 one time. 3 goes into 24 8 times. Now we can multiply across. Let's see. 2 times 8 is 16. 1 times 1 is 1. So again, we're not finished. We still have an improper fraction here. So 16 divided by 1 is 16. So 2/3 of 24 is 16. All right, almost done, guys. We have one more just like this. Okay, we have a whole number. Let's put it over 1. So we make sure we have our fraction. So we're looking for 5/6 of 18. 5/6 of 18. Of means multiply. Write it over here up to the side. Of equals multiply. You need to know that key word. All right. So again, let's look diagonal. The only thing that can go into both 5 and 1 is 1. So we can't do anything here. But we can multiply or cross cancel diagonally here. 6 goes into both of these. So 6 goes into 6 one time. 6 goes into 18 3 times. Now let's multiply across. 5 times 3 is 15. 1 times 1 is 1. So now 15 divided by 1 is 15. Okay, almost done. 2 more. So make sure you're using your multiplication chart on this if this is something that you're struggling with. Like seeing how to cross cancel, use that multiplication chart. You guys have got to know those multiplication facts. Okay. Aaron buys a bag of peanuts that weighs 3/4 of a pound. Later that week, the bag is 2/3 full. How much does the bag of peanuts weigh now? That should not say weight. How much do they weigh now? Okay, remember of. We're looking for multiplying. So we are looking for 3/4 of 2/3. So the first thing that we want to do is check to see if we can cancel anything out. Okay? Oh, we can cancel diagonally here. 3 goes into both of those numbers. So 3 goes into 3 one time, and then 3 goes into 3 one time. So now when we look at 4 and 2, 2 goes into 2 one time. 2 goes into 4 2 times. Now we can multiply across. 1 times 1 is 1. 2 times 1 is 2. So there's 1/2 of a pound now. That's how much are left. Okay? Now, Mary buys 16 bags of potting soil that comes in 5/8 pound bags. How many pounds of potting soil does Mary buy? So what you could do is you could sit here and do 5/8 plus 5/8 plus 5/8 plus 5/8 plus 5/8. You could do that 16 times. Because remember, multiplication is just repeated addition. But we know how to multiply fractions, so there's really no point in doing that. Okay, we need to make our whole number a fraction. So this problem becomes 16 over 1 times 5 over 8, because we are doing 16 bags and they're 5/8 of a pound each. All right, so let's cross cancel. When we have 1 and 5, there's nothing we can do there. The only number that goes into both of those is 1. But with 16 and 8, 8 goes into both of those. Okay, 8 goes into 8 one time. 8 goes into 16 two times. Now it's going to be a lot easier to multiply because I don't know what 16 times 5 is, honestly, off the top of my head. But I do know what 2 times 5 is. Okay, 2 times 5 is 10. 1 times 1 is 1. Again, we have 10 over 1, so 10 divided by 1 equals 10. And it is 10 pounds because we're looking for how many pounds? It is 10 pounds. So hopefully this isn't too much of a struggle for you. Hopefully you do well. Okay, make sure you use these notes on the back because I'm having a lot of people like skipping the vocabulary questions. Those should be easy gimme problems, guys. Not only are they on the other side of the page, they're in your notebook. Okay, these are things you know. Don't just skip over them because it actually involves reading. So you need to get this completed. Remember, you are going to put your answers in Schoology on this assignment. So have a great day, good luck, and let me know if you have any questions. Bye-bye.